Wow. That is crisp. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Ashley, and I am just so excited that you decided to click on this video today. But before we get started, definitely go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe so you can get those notifications. Today's video is a little interesting because it's definitely not sponsored. I was having a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do for Sunday's video, so I was just kind of, you know, brainstorming, and then I get my book of the month box and I was like, I should just do an unboxing because I got more than just one book. I think I got three. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 books. Really excited for all of them. They are across the board, different genres. I love Book of the Month so much. I discovered it here on BookTube, and I did a little researching into it, and literally it just takes so much time that I would have spent researching books and upcoming authors, and it does it for me, and I'm so thankful for that. Hardcover books in stores are like $27 to $30, and I'm like, budget, okay? They have a whole team of people that vet authors and books, and they do all that for you, and they give you 5, I think it's 5 books. 5 books every month that you get to choose from. So I got 3 books this month because I had leftover credits, so I got like a free book, and I was like, yo, if it's free, it's for me. All right, the first book in my unboxing is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. I'm very excited to read this book. Nicola Yoon is the same author that wrote The Sun Is Also a Star and Everything Everything, and I remember when, I think it was like 5 summers ago, I was a camp counselor in Chicago, and a bunch of us counselors and staff at the camp, we were like, let's do like a book club and pick a book and read through it just to be fun. But me being who I am, have no boundaries and no self-control, so I didn't wait for them. I read it all in one night because it was so good. I couldn't put it down. I love those kinds of books. So I am super excited to read this because this author knows how to write. So basically, this book is about this woman named Evie, and Evie does not believe in love. She is definitely more on the cynical side of things, but especially more so after she witnesses this couple kiss, and she sees, like, has a vision of the beginning of their relationship and how their relationship is going to end. And she's able to do this with every couple that she sees. And then Evie starts taking these, starts going to this dance studio where she's learning all these different dances, and she meets this guy named X. And X is definitely a very, like, willful person. Like, he's just very, like, spontaneous, he's very adventurous and daring, complete opposite of Evie, and I think that that's why I love it so much. And it's gonna be amazing because they are planning, Evie and X are planning on doing this ballroom competition. And while they're training for this dancing competition, obviously sparks fly, and Evie is gonna be finding it a little hard to kind of balance these visions that she's having and knowing that she doesn't really believe in love, but when she meets X and she starts to form like this friendship with him, it completely shifts her way of thinking. So I'm super excited about this. I love the story. I think it's gonna be so cute. All right, my next book in my unboxing is The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I think I said that last name right, but we know my past in trying to pronounce authors' names. It just doesn't work for me. I am really excited about this book. It is definitely not the type of book I'm usually drawn to. It's a thriller and a murder mystery. It sounds very, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like I'm just, okay, have you guys ever watched Bird Box? Like did you see how weird my ring finger was sitting? That's so weird. This, from like reading this synopsis, kind of has me feeling like I felt when I watched the movie Bird Box, which was not good, but I couldn't stop. I've never been more anxious than when I was watching Bird Box. But you know, what's one book? But this book is set on a campus. I think it's Cambridge University. So it's definitely got that dark academia vibe. So it already sets up who the killer is gonna be in the synopsis. I mean, I don't know, things could change because this author, I read The Silent Patient, and the plot of The Silent Patient was definitely turned on its head. I did not expect that. So I don't know if this guy's actually the murderer. That's just how it sets it up in the synopsis. But they describe him as very charming, and he is a Greek tragedy professor. So he's about that Dante life. And I'm like, right. He's also completely adored by faculty and students. In fact, so much that there is a secret society of women on campus that are obsessed with him, and they call themselves the Maidens. And that introduces our main heroine. Her name is Mariana Andros, and she is definitely brilliant. She's so smart, but she's also troubled with a traumatic past. And she is a group therapist that becomes fixated on the Maidens. She becomes fixated on them because her niece's best friend is actually murdered on the campus. Mariana actually used to be a student at Cambridge, and she definitely starts to suspect that something very sinister is going on, and she is very much so in the mindset of, I'm gonna find out what's going on. And Mariana basically becomes convinced, even though he has an alibi, that Edward is in fact the one who murdered Mariana's niece's best friend. Alright, my last book that I will be unboxing is Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. Number one, she thick. Number two, it's an Arthurian legend. And I'm like, count me in. I remember my mom used to have this old DVD, and it was called King Arthur, and it had Keira Knightley in it. I just realized I've talked about Keira Knightley twice already on this channel. My girl. But it was so good. I was like, yes. We all know the story of Arthur and of Lancelot and Guinevere and Morgana and Merlin. We know all of that. I mean, if you were a nerd like I was, you know all of that. Anyway, but it definitely takes a different twist because there is a new character that's introduced, and her name is Elaine, and she has this curse where she can see the future. So it's definitely very early in the Arthurian times. All of these characters are still trying to find their own, but Elaine knows exactly what is going to happen. And you know, we've heard this story play out time and time again, but this character we've never seen a perspective from this kind of character in that setting. It's definitely going to be interesting because we all know that Morgana is usually the villain of any kind of Arthurian tale, but in this, she hasn't really discovered that side of herself. I mean, sure, she's devious and she's mischievous, but I'm sorry. Who do I think I am rhyming words like this? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how she's portrayed in this book, but I know how I've seen her be betrayed before, and she's always been definitely, you know, more on the evil side, but I think in this, I mean, they're all working together, so we're not seeing that side of her just yet. I think this might be more of a coming of age for this particular story, and that's just how I'm taking it from reading the synopsis. Again, your girl has not read it, so I don't know, but the way that I interpreted this synopsis, it sounds like a coming of age of all of these characters. So it's gonna be sad seeing them work together, but knowing that, you know, things are gonna have to play out, and that's kind of, I mean, Elaine is definitely the main character, and we see that burden be so heavy on her, is that she is friends with all these people and works so closely with all these people, and she has to hold in these secrets of like, I know exactly how your story is gonna play out, bro, you evil. Everyone always loves the, you know, the tale of Arthur, Lancelot, and Guinevere, the ultimate love triangle. Before there was Bella, Edward, and Jacob, there was Arthur, Lancelot, and Guinevere. Come on, somebody. So I'm interested to see that play out, but we all know that there's gonna be like betrayal, there's gonna be romance, there's gonna be magic, there's gonna be just crazy, crazy adventure and action, which I'm super about. I would say out of all 3 books, I'm probably most excited to read this one. This is a different perspective on a tale that I absolutely love. All right, well, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for coming to watch. If you guys have any recommendations of books to read, please throw them in the comments because I'm always looking for new books. I was thinking next Sunday I was gonna post something along the lines of like a reorganization of my bookshelf because I'm getting really tired of looking at this, and I know what you're gonna say. Didn't you just change it 2 weeks ago? Yup. Yep, I did. But you know, we all have our problems. We all have our crosses to bear, okay? But yes, thank you so much for tuning in and watching.